Tony. It's been a while, but I mean, yeah, I don't really know what to say here. I'm uninspired. I sort of just want the season to be over because it's just getting it's annoying me. It's a hassle in my day, if I'm being honest.
It's all about one game, isn't it? That's all. Just one game that matters, and that's Southampton in the semi-final. With all intents and purposes, this was really about Ray Wilkins today, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It would have been lovely to have won the game, but does it really matter? Not really. In the scheme of things, we're not going to get top four, so points are irrelevant at this stage. What it's all about is just maintaining fitness, but resting the right players at the right time. And I mean, if you look at the games we've got coming up, especially the one 3 days prior to playing Southampton, the Burnley game, that's the time when we need to rest half the team or all the team, because we need to put all our eggs into one basket, a bit like what Man United did in the Europa League last year, and indeed what Arsenal are doing this season. You know, for us, right, don't you think it's incredible that Arsenal got more chance of being in the Champions League this season than us, you know? And there's a lot of similarities between the way we play today. Let's be honest, since 2018 we've been hopeless. If you look at the defeats, Bournemouth, Watford, a lot of the inept performances here. We seem to have a system of play where we're building it up from the back extremely slow. The players we've got rid of as well, right? If you look at it, it's better quality that we've got rid of as opposed to what we brought in. And the whole malaise, especially since the transfer window.
That's why he's scoring goals left, right, and centre. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying he's a number one choice, but I'm just saying, you know, he probably, if I'm looking at it now, would have done an awful lot more than what some of our current strikers are doing had he been given sort of that confidence boost from a manager. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is the German league. That's the only thing. I mean,
I get it. Yeah.
I mean, you know, how good is Aubameyang? You know, I'm not sort of slating the German league. I mean, German football's good football.
No, I know it's easier, but I just think it doesn't really make a lot of sense to get rid of a striker that's sort of scoring you very important goals.
He scores goals. You've got to play to every individual player's strengths. Yeah. With Batshuayi, you've got to place that ball on a sixpence just outside the penalty area, where he's coming onto the ball, where he cuts the ball. Yeah, hits it first time. You do that more often than not, Batshuayi will score goals. Yeah, he's a goal scorer, but he can't hold the ball up for toffee. The trouble with us is our build-up play starts from the back. We build everything up from the back. We play all them suicide balls to entice them towards us. Then we get it, and the ball's got to stick somewhere, and we've got no one that can hold it. So it breaks down time and time again. Even Hazard's picking the ball up too deep, or he's trying to do too much, which is like today. If you looked at Hazard, he was trying too hard, and as a result, he was making mistakes. You know, I'll tell you what it is right now. Right, as far as the club's concerned, PR-wise, I think we haven't done the right thing.
I love you, darling. I'm Chelsea.
You love us. Oh my God.
I know your son. I know your boy, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Coming down as long as you.
I know you have, mate. I know you have.
Give me 1 minute, babe. I'm going to finish my interview and then we're going to be talking to each other. Give me 2 minutes,
it's all about
babe,
the blues, isn't it? Yeah.
So
I forgot, I lost my train of thought there. But no, basically what it is, right, as far as the club's concerned, right, I mean, you hear all this stuff, don't you? Gianluca Vialli's turning around and saying that Antonio Conte, right, is pissed off, just cannot wait for the season to end, wants to leave, this, that and the other, and then he rejects the whole thing, yeah? I'm going to stay, I'm going to honour my contract and everything else. Now, if that's the case, and he ends up staying another season, then this football club is guilty of shit PR, and Antonio Conte, the same thing, right? Because what they should have done, right, 3-4 months before, especially after that transfer window, right, they should have shut it down. Chelsea should have come out and made a statement and said, he's the man, he's the person, we're gonna nail our colours to the mast, he's the person for next season, and possibly beyond. He's certainly going to see out the contracts. We've got 2 players, right, that haven't signed a contract yet, Eden Hazard, Thibaut Courtois. If you was those players, would you sign? Would you sign? I wouldn't, because you don't know what's going to happen next year. It's so much uncertainty. So look, we know we're good, and also you got to look at Conte, right? Is he running into the crowd? Is he as animated as the?
Nah.
Of course not. He's not the same man, yeah. And if you were some of those players like Fabregas, players that have won 2 titles in the last 3 years, yeah, and you keep hearing you ain't got the right players, how would you feel? I know I'm in sales and marketing, and I'll tell you now, right, what you say and what you think about is the most important element to anything in life, yeah? And I just think they've got it all wrong between them. They need to either fucking sort it out, or, personally, I think it's over, yeah? I think it's over next season. I've got my own thoughts on who I think's coming in. What do you think?
I don't really. Do you know what though? I think for me, we've gone through so many managers.
Good managers.
Yeah, good managers. And for me, it's sort of like we've had managers that have won us back-to-back Premier League titles, and they've still been sacked. So at the end of the day, there is nobody else sort of left that I feel is available that would be good, unless we become one of those clubs where it's not actually. It's just not possible to expect us in the Premier League to win the Premier League every single season. It's never going to happen anymore.
But we have a
very good chance of winning it. I think 1 in 3 if we at least just give a manager a time of the day, a time of day, and let him have some influence on who we buy. Otherwise, same cycle.
That's why we don't blood in the kids, because they're on a time scale. They have to hit the ground running from day one. But they're not bothered about stuff like that. It's a results business, so they've got to make sure they're on a contract. Yeah, okay, probably a massive, great big win bonus. It's their job to go out there and win trophies. That's what Chelsea's built around: trophies. And if you look at the blueprint which we put into practice down these years, it's proved successful. Personally, I think where it's all gone wrong is if you look at last season, Antonio Conte, everything was rosy in the garden. He looked happy, the club were happy. We were looking forward to a new season. What you do when you make mistakes in life, you don't make them again. Yeah. 2 years ago, straight after winning the title, we didn't strengthen. We've done the same thing again. Now, why would you do that? Seriously, why wouldn't you strengthen on top? Why would you make the same mistakes that you knew you were guilty of before? Well, there's got to be a reason for everything. There's a reason for everything in life, yeah? I personally think that Roman Abramovich has always wanted a sexy type manager, Pep Guardiola. He's failed twice for Pep Guardiola. Nearest thing to him is Luis Enrique, yeah? Luis Enrique goes on gardening leave for 1 year. 1 year. Don't you find it amazing that he doesn't back Conte? I'm just saying, yeah, there's no smoke without fire, and to me, I hope that's right, because if that's the case, then Roman Abramovich is going to back it with money, because the last 3-4 years, you look at our net spend, it ain't been that great, yeah? But I think he's more likely to back something that he believes in that project, do you know what I mean? And that's why I think that's where we're going with it all. But listen, I might be proved wrong, and Antonio Conte might be the manager next year, but if that's the case, then my goodness, we've fucking gone the hard way around it all. We really have,
Yeah,
but
very hard, very unmotivated and uninspiring
performance today. As far as
today's
concerned, who cares really? Who cares? I mean, do you know what I mean? And that's for West Ham fans. Fucking, you ain't got no history. Fuck me.
Have they? All right, darling. Cheers.